Hi, friends, and welcome to the Autoimmune Mom podcast. I'm your host, Allie. This is a space for moms navigating life with autoimmune disease, the exhaustion, the guilt, the strength it takes to show up, and the hope that we can still live full, meaningful lives even when our bodies make things harder. Each week, we'll have honest conversations with moms living with autoimmune disease, share practical support, and remind each other we are not alone in this journey. Before we dive in, if this podcast resonates with you, it would mean so much to me if you would follow or subscribe wherever you're listening, leave a review, and share this episode with another mom who needs it. You can also connect with me on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at the Autoimmune Mom podcast, where I share encouragement, resources, updates about new episodes. If you're looking for extra support, you can download my free Autoimmune Mom Survival Guide through the link in my bio. Let's get into today's episode.
Okay, this is going to be next level impossible with this one. Today we're doing something a little bit different, and we're going to interview my girls. Oh, we like to keep your face in the shot. Why don't we scooch over a little? About their experiences having a mother with autoimmune disease, rheumatoid arthritis, and then a little intro into my girls. This is my oldest, Stella. She's 14. She's in the 8th grade, and she's a pretty amazing kid. This girl loves to read. She has a giving and serving heart. She loves to volunteer, and she's volunteering with a U10 softball team right now. She's helping assistant coach them. She's done things in our church before. She's fed the homeless. We all have done a lot of this together, but she definitely has a serving heart, and I love her to death. And she's got this amazing hair. Both of these girls just wake up with hair like this. I don't have that. And Stella is very academic. Both my girls are straight A students, but she is obsessed in all the best ways with astronomy and reading. And she wants to work for NASA someday or SpaceX or something along those lines, right? And then Georgia she'll be 13 next week, or in 10 days or something like that.
8, 6, 14, 9.
Probably won't be working for NASA, but she's very smart. She gets straight A's. She's the athlete in the family. Although Stella plays softball too, but Georgia does competitive soccer, and she's working really hard at that. She also has a giving, serving heart. She loves to volunteer, loves the little people. Babysitting. They both babysit, and they both dog sit for neighbors, and yeah. She's the jokester of the family. So that's why I said we'll be lucky if we get through this. But yeah, those are my girls. And she's in the 7th grade. They both go to the same school. So next year, Stella will go to high school, and they'll be broken up. Sad or stressed?
I said also sad.
Oh, okay. All right, girls. So I have questions that I'm going to ask them, but I always like these conversations to be organic. So if it leads us in a different direction, that's totally fine. Is there anything you want to say before we start?
I don't really know how to do this. I'm just...
Oh, you haven't been on a podcast before?
No, it's a new one for me.
All right.
Wait, where's your microphone?
Well, I didn't bring the microphone out. We'll see. I don't think we need it.
I want it.
I don't usually use it all that often. Most people don't watch this on YouTube. They watch it. Most of my views are through Apple Podcasts and Spotify, but there are some people who watch it on YouTube. So some people will see it, some people will hear it, but not see it.
Good.
Okay. So my first question, what was the first thing that made you realize, if you had to think back,
Oh, I got this.
that I have some kind of a health condition, that I was different than all the others?
So I always kind of knew, but I don't think I understood really what it was. But when, before you got your knee surgery, whenever you were driving, sometimes you would just yell or something, and then your knee would get stuck, and it was scary. And then also when you got your knee surgery. Yeah, for me, I knew and I understood you had problems, but when you were when Dad was calling the doctor when you had a knee surgery, and he was saying that you're and they asked you on a scale of 1 to 10, and you said 9. I knew that's when it was bad, because you are never that high ever, and that's when I realized that I don't really know, just something about you putting it on that level made it feel weird.
Okay, so I had my right knee replaced 2 years. It will be 2 years in September. So I was 45. They were 12 and 11 at the time, and I was not prepared for how painful that was going to be, so I did not prepare them, or my husband and my mother came to help because it was my right knee and I couldn't drive. So that was pretty bad, and I can see why you guys would say that. But you don't have any memories of like when you were younger?
I have one.
Okay.
So I know like we talked about this a little while ago. One time we went to this place. I don't really remember where we were, but it was with all these like it was like this movie or like this comedy thing or whatever. And all the mothers were sitting on the blankets with their little kids, and you were like, "This is why I don't like to come to these things. It makes me feel bad about what I can't do."
Because I couldn't get on the ground.
Yeah.
Because
That was when you were in your worst, I think. Like you were, I think I was like 8, like maybe worst of the years we've lived here. Obviously, you were not like when we moved here, not significantly better, but
yeah,
I remember that too. That was heartbreaking.
that was when we lived here.
I think yeah, yeah. I think we like went somewhere though. I feel like it might have been in like Savannah, and I don't think it was here.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Was it in Florida? Maybe. Either way, it doesn't really matter. So, do you remember what you thought back then?
I was just sad. I'm pretty sure I almost started to cry.
Oh.
I almost did too, actually.
Well, for the record, Stella will cry in this podcast at some point. She is an emotional person. I am not.
Crying right now.
It's okay. It's going to happen. I'm just going to brace everybody for it. It's okay. She's good. We're good. And it's okay if you get emotional.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's who she is. So we give her the space to do that. What do you think it means now? Like if you thought back then it was sad, what do you think now?
Honestly, once you got that medicine that started working for you, I don't really feel like you can do anything. There's not many things that another parent would be able to do that you can't, except for like lines. I think is like the main thing, like waiting in a line, like you've talked about.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because obviously we don't do that, so obviously I don't know how you would.
Like we don't go to Disney or anything. Partly because I'm not a crowd person in general, but like standing in line all day is not something that would give me joy. And spending all that kind of money, it's just it seems a little bit outside of the.
Outside of that, though, I don't really feel like there's anything that's different anymore.
Right now, because I'm in a good place.
Yeah, you're in a good place as of this moment.
Yeah.
When we were younger, that wasn't the case.
Do you remember when we lived in Massachusetts how I was?
I don't remember you being tired. I remember you being don't remember like the details of it. Like we've talked about, my first memory is not.
Yeah, well, we moved here when you were 7, so we're asking you to. Wait, what was your first memory?
the one with me falling off.
Oh yeah, she fell off a chair. Either way, and then her sister was like, "Oh, that was fun." So I'll dive off the chair too. In a way, tablecloth.
Which I think just shows. I think that just shows how like used to you not being able to do things that none of it stood out particularly to me. I think that's what it means.
Yeah, you were also young and didn't realize probably like this is not normal.
That's what I mean. Yeah, that's why I don't have any vivid memories of it, because it was so normal.
Yeah, it was just your normal, and that's all that matters. What about you?
What was the question? I mean, we're gonna have to make a compilation. We're asking questions again. It means now. I don't know. It's just normal. It's better because you like.
Because I feel better.
Yeah.
What about there are times when I can tell that I'm I still get very fatigued.
Yeah.
I get very tired and I need to rest a lot. And I know that.
Oh my God. I feel like I missed something. I am very active. Oh, now I get it. And when she's tired, you don't always recognize that she's tired. She's sleeping in bed. Then I have nothing to do. And that's great, but it's okay.
But I'm also not your cruise ship director, and I'm not in charge.
Oh, but like, how am I supposed to drive somewhere?
Well, it's called a bike, Georgia.
Well, I can't. Nowhere you're going to drive, nowhere you're going to bike, you would need to drive to. Everywhere is in the right distance. Okay, let's move on. Let's do this.
All right. What's something that's been hard about having a mom with a chronic illness?
Always tired. Oh, yeah, because I always, when you do get tired, it's, I always feel like I can't bother you. Like, I don't think Georgia ever has had this train of thought. Oh my gosh, why are we all just like, when you get tired and you're like, when you're limping around once in a while, I just feel like I can't. I feel like it's just like not fair to ask something of you. Like,
okay,
but
you know
Like, I
that
know
if you
you
need
don't.
something,
I know.
you can ask for it.
If it was something I needed, I wouldn't hesitate. But if it's something kind of stupid, then I would not. If I like talking about the books you just buy. Sorry, that was not just like
That was not nice.
that's not. Yeah.
Use kind words, please.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But we talked about this a little bit. So I think what you're trying to say is like some people like to ask to go to get ice cream
Very much.
3 times a day.
Am I allowed to have my knee up here?
Some people won't even ask if she can have dinner if I don't feel good because that's
That's not fair. It's accurate though.
it's just a different personality.
But you need food.
I'm aware. There's no. We're not ganging up on you, Georgia. I'm just saying. Every kid has a different personality, and yours is not any worse or right or wrong. No one's better than the other person here. It's just that Stella is a little bit more empathic than you are, and that's a very hard thing for people her age to deal with, being super empathic. Most kids are more like
Even
you that don't feel that other people's pain like that.
Even through all the guidance counselors lessons, I still don't know the difference between empathy and sympathy. I'll have to unpack that later.
That's an episode for another day.
Okay.
Alrighty. Has it ever made you feel different than any other kids? Like, think back the whole time. Do you feel any different?
I feel like but I feel like we're just weird.
Okay. Please.
Like, we don't use microwaves. We don't watch certain shows. We don't eat gluten. We don't like go to Disneyland or whatever. We don't do other things.
The microwave thing really irritates you, but I read this whole study about how it changes your food on a molecular level, and there's really no need. You can just heat up something really quick on the stove. So we haven't had a microwave in probably
since we moved here. Also,
no, we had one in Marshfield, but we never used it. So probably 10 years.
Also, when we
stop that because
I'm sorry. When you're microwaving something, the things that are made to be microwavable almost always have gluten in them, from what I've learned. And we never really used it. So
yeah, we're all gluten free because we have I have celiac, but they have intolerances where they actually are able to now feel when they have it. One has a GI issue, and the other one gets like migraines and stomach and skin problems.
And also, it was broken.
The microwave?
Yeah,
well, we moved here, but that's fine. We took it out. We've not had one. But that's really the only way you feel different.
Yeah, pretty much. For me, it's not that I feel, well, I know that I'm different from other kids for reasons that have nothing to do with you. But I do, when it comes to like the whole theme park thing, it's not that not have it's not that the fact that I haven't been to any is what makes me different. It's the fact that I have to explain it. It's like, yeah, I haven't been to any because my mom kind of literally can't. Like, it's like a different scenario than
well, we did take you to some when you were little.
Yeah.
And now, I don't know.
I remember going on one, and it was
and also, like, just so we're all on the same page here, I never went as a kid either. I mean, so I think that's
normalized. It doesn't really
that's part of the problem is that I never went as a kid, so I don't feel the need to bring you. Like, it's a right. Like, it's not, to me, it's not a, I have to check this box to make my kids have a good childhood thing. And I know a lot of people love Disney and they love bringing their kids and they go every single year, and that's great. Or whatever theme park it is, but it's just right now it's hard. It's hard for us. If I could buy it out for the day and not have any lines and no people,
and a couple $1,000,
$2 million
for school, we have a trip to Carowinds. I'm going on my birthday. The Carowinds trip was fun. I don't think I did as many rides as I should have because I had no idea what to expect. I also have a fear of falling. I think we're talking about that's just too much.
Let's wrap this up. What about your friends? Do they know or do they have an understanding?
My friends, yeah. My friends, yeah. Only like my best friend, really, I guess.
You got covered your mouth.
I'm sorry, only my best friend, really. But I still don't think she really understands it. I remember one time I was biking with two of my friends, and we were talking about like the Super Bowl. It was a Super Bowl Sunday, and I was like, my mom's probably been sleeping, or my mom's probably gonna sleep with her. She hasn't slept in the past week, and they were like, what? And I was like, yeah. And they were like, what? And I was like,
yeah, sometimes I struggle with sleep.
My friends I have a smaller friend group than she does. They're just closer, so all of them kind of understand. One of my friends, her mother is a PA, and so she understands that kind of stuff because she's been exposed to it. And my other friend has diabetes, so she understands that there's medical things that make it different. And then my third friend, she doesn't need to understand because she has not done any of these things either because she
Yeah, well,
because she's Ansley. But um
they're very lucky
They-
if
yeah.
they don't know anyone or live with anyone close or themselves.
Yeah.
Like your friend with diabetes is
Mhm.
that's not an easy thing either. But it's not something you guys talk about with your friends often, or it is something you talk about.
well, they're like, we should go. Like, if anybody was to randomly ask me, what's your favorite roller coaster at Disney, I would be like, psych, I've never been. And then everybody would yell at me, and I have to be like, my mom has a medical disease. It makes it a lot more difficult for us to actually go there. Sound weird. That makes it sound like. And also, we hate lines. We don't like lines. Just not a thing.
Well, I mean, I don't like lines.
I hate lines. I absolutely hate.
You don't have to hate them because I do.
If I'm with my friends, it's fine. I can just chit chat with the bus driver. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that.
I think, Stella, you have more deep emotional conversations with your friends, and Georgia, you are more like,
What should we have for
what are we
lunch?
doing? Let's have fun. Like,
Yeah.
I think, yeah, but so that's interesting. Let's see, where are we going now? Is there anything about me having autoimmune disease that you think has made you stronger or not better, but wiser or something like that?
I think from an empathetic level, it has exposed me to, yeah, the world isn't all great. And knowing that that people go through things like you do every day has definitely helped me, it definitely helped that sink in. But it's also helped me been very grateful for the world we live in because, people already 100 years ago, now I've lived till like a year after they were diagnosed.
Yes, we are lucky that we have medications and treatment plans that are helping, because you're right. Yeah, 25 years ago, it was a much different story. What about you?
I guess what Stella said too, but mostly you give really, really good advice. That's true. You give really, really good advice. Yeah. So it's more like you got stronger, and then you helped me.
Yeah. That was deep, Georgia. That was good.
The highlight of my day. I was talking about.
We can come back to it.
We'll figure it out.
And you think that I give good advice because I have had this extra layer of life I've lived? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, that's the other thing. I feel like because of that, you have thanks, Mom. Because of that, you have a slightly different parenting style than a lot of parents, and I think that's actually very beneficial for me and Georgia. Sometimes I think about, you hear about, helicopter parents and parents who don't really care what their kids do, and you're, somewhere in between. And it's, nice to know that you're gonna let me do what I want to do, and you're only gonna stop it if it's getting to a point where this is no longer healthy or dangerous. And then I'm very comfortable talking to you because I know you've been where I've been.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't feel like many kids get that experience. Well, not as many.
Hopefully they do, but
yeah.
I love you guys.
Oh, I love you too.
All right, let's get into some honest questions. And there's no wrong answers, and I'm not going to be offended by anything you say. Okay? Stop that. You guys are you're wiggling the table, and it's making everything. Are there times you're frustrated with my health?
We can't do anything. Good, your case.
You get frustrated.
Not trying to be mean or anything. No,
that's what I said. You're not going to hurt my feelings.
When you got your knee surgery,
yeah,
it was obviously we weren't going to try and do anything towards the beginning of it, but then towards the end when you were getting better, it was just 5 months of just doing that. 5 months.
Well, it was a lot of rehab. No, because I had it in September and I finished my rehab at Thanksgiving, the week of Thanksgiving. So that was really quick because most people who get knee replacements, well, they're a lot older than I was. But the rehab can take 5 months, 6 months, a year. But I rehabbed it quickly. So that was good. Felt like forever for you, felt like forever for me. But in the reality of it, I did recover quickly. And yeah, we didn't do much. And to be honest, I was in a lot of pain and kind of sad. So there was probably a little bit of like depression that didn't make me want to leave the house either. And don't get upset. I'm not depressed. But when you go through and you have all those medicines in you and, you know, you do get sad and you do get frustrated that you're 45 years old and you literally can't get out of bed without somebody helping you. Like that's a little bit mental warfare, we like to call it. What about you? You felt frustrated?
I don't think I really get frustrated just because I understand it. I think more than maybe. I want to say, I'm not worried about making you mad. At this point, I'm worried about making her mad. I understand it enough that it's like it's not fair to be frustrated in my mind because it's not like you can help it. There's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
So,
well, I think we kind of touched on this a little bit, but I think that these questions are important because I don't know that, I mean, I've never asked you these questions. So I'm going to assume anyone who's watching this has never sat down with their teenagers and said, how does this affect your life? So this could be very valuable for other mothers who are listening that are now going to maybe ask their kids or want to know, do they feel the way you feel? Do they feel differently? So I kind of know the answers to these questions, but it's okay. I want you to share them if you feel so. If you don't share anything you don't want to share. But how do you feel when I don't feel well? Georgia, you go first.
I feel like a deep sadness that I'm trying to I know I can't do anything about it, so I try to I know it's probably not the healthiest thing to do. I try to ignore it just a little bit because I know that that's not gonna help me. It's not gonna help you, but it's definitely like a deep sadness and like a guilt, even though I don't know where the guilt is coming from. If that makes sense.
Because I think you are such an empath that you're coming out of the shell a little bit. You actually feel someone else's pain and you feel guilty that you are like, I feel great, but I feel her sadness.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. And you feel guilty about that. That's although cuckoo canucoo.
That's so funny.
But I mean, the guilt is not, there should be no part in this guilt. There's no reason for you to feel guilty for any of this. It's nobody's fault. This is the cards I was dealt. And this is the cards you were dealt too. And we're all going to be stronger for it in the end, right? We already are.
Mhm.
Okay. Have you ever worried about me?
Yes, all the time. When your knee surgery happened and you were screaming and because they were testing the new medicine on you.
Yeah, that was ill-advised. Don't let them test medicine on you if you're getting a total knee replacement. Stick with the old stuff. Don't try the new stuff. That was terrible.
Yeah, I don't remember where I went exactly, but I know that I couldn't be in the same room with you at the moment.
I did not prepare anyone in the house for how hard that was going to be. And obviously that is something that really stuck with you guys because we keep bringing it up.
Yeah.
And I am going to have the other one done, but we will all have a better idea of what we're going through. And it shouldn't, I shouldn't need grandma's help as much because I will be able to drive a lot faster because it's not my driving leg.
Yeah.
You only drive with one foot, Jordan.
No, I know, but
It's a little scary because we just gave you a driving lesson on the golf cart.
no, I know that, but I'm saying you get a knee surgery and you drive again?
Well, not right away, but I couldn't drive with my right knee because you need your right foot to drive and it wasn't moving.
Use your left foot if you did that.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, good on you, girl.
Yeah.
Is there anything, and if the answer is no, that's fine, that you've been afraid to say to me about all of this?
But I do think that is very specific to me and you me and Georgia being raised by this.
Yeah.
And I think that if there was a family out there, slightly different personality in their kids, and their mother was not, or their mother and or father did not have it when they were young, I think then it would become a harder topic to talk about.
That can be true. Like if someone was diagnosed when their kids were 7 and 10.
Yeah.
It might be a little bit different. But this is all you've ever known.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't know me any different.
Mhm.
Right?
All I know is the things we've heard about your wonderful college basketball.
We don't need to go down that.
Okay.
Mom, we used the exact same thing. Tell us that to me. We both just went.
Learn behaviors.
Yeah. Okay, when do you feel the closest to me Even when I'm not feeling well.
right here
I know.
when I'm hugging you.
Georgia,
When you're in a really, really good mood, like you are right now.
Oh yeah.
Then you feel wonderful to be around.
Yeah, like when you're always like making fun of dad and you're like
When you call dad some things that are very funny, and he knows we're joking, but he acts like we're not joking. That's the best part.
yeah, and you're in a good mood and you're like happy and like
so when I use humor,
Yes.
yeah.
you like it when it's
Yeah.
funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, that's good because
Mm-hmm.
that's how I roll.
Yes.
That's what I like.
All right. What's something you again, this is for other moms to think about with your own children, but I don't I don't need this to bump up my ego. I know how you guys love me. But what's something you appreciate about me as your mom?
I'm gonna say it's again the advice.
The advice
The advice.
and like the understanding. With the way you were raised in your family life on top of all of this, I feel like it's definitely something that's been valuable in my life to have that second, like if I know I need to talk to someone about something and I don't think, and I'm like uncomfortable about it, it will take me a little nerve just to like be able to say it. Like the other night, I was being so ridiculous, but
What was that about again?
yeah, that was
not so ridiculous.
right? I don't know that I want to bring it up again.
Okay, fine. Moving on.
It was something really stupid about Easter. It was just
I know, but part of the thing is that I know when you have something you need to say
yeah, that's true.
and you don't want to say it.
I didn't know how to say it. It felt so dumb.
She thought she was too old for an Easter basket.
And it wasn't the fact that I wasn't getting the Easter basket. It was the nostalgia of it that had, I don't know.
Tears.
Well, we went there so far and we start crying about Easter again. Why don't I bring any tissues?
Isn't she the best? I love it.
Is my chair the only one that's squeaking?
Well, you're the only one who's rocking like back and forth and back and forth. Okay. What's something maybe this is a little bit redundant, but what's something you've learned because of what we've all gone through? Because of what I go through.
But you never know what somebody's experiencing behind the scenes.
Oh yeah.
'Cause you change your voice when you're talking to someone new. Like I don't know. Like you not only obviously I've seen the behind the scenes of people with diseases, but then you meet somebody and you change your voice. And unless you're with like the Ritchies or like someone a close friend, you have this different like more cheery like
I'm pretending.
not like you're like I know you're not pretending because I know it's just like your other people voice, but it's it feels to me like when you're used to people
In my comfort zone.
yeah you're in your
I have a trust thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's probably very true. I don't know that I've ever really.
But like when you meet new people, it's not that you're mean to them. Like you're very sweet.
yeah.
Your voice is like very like.
Yeah,
It's all
I might have a little bit of trust things with new people.
Yeah.
But,
I don't know if I has anything to do with autoimmune. That's just something
yeah.
that I've always noticed.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you?
Pretty.
Something you've learned? Wait, is that what I
Yeah. Kind of got a little off track there. Something I've learned. Yeah, probably like that you can't. Like how do I say it? What Stella said. You can't.
You never know what someone's going through.
Yeah, because every time we come home, like, we're like, oh, this girl was so annoying. I'm like, oh, she's so weird. She's so mean. You're like, well, she probably doesn't have like, a good home life. You have to like pray for her or something. So
Because you never know what's going on behind the scenes.
yeah,
Especially as moms, we don't like we're always trying to keep everything together and keep everything going and keep everything moving and the family unit and all this stuff, and we don't a lot of us don't like to feel pity. I don't know if that's the right word, but like we don't want people to think, oh, she doesn't feel like there's something
treat
wrong.
you differently.
Treat us differently because of it. So we're juggling all these balls all the times, and then our immune system crashes, and we have to rest, and we have no choice. So, and then you guys see the behind the scenes that the rest of the world doesn't see.
Yeah.
So you've learned that, and I do try to instill that in you, is that, you know what, if there's someone bullying someone at school, you don't know what they're going through at home. Just like people don't know what I go through at home.
Yeah.
And what you guys see at home. And it's good stuff here, except for the autoimmune. But, you know, you got to pray for those people because people aren't born nasty.
Yeah, you've instilled that into me so much that I remember when we were talking about that girl who got moved into my class after she was OSS, out of school suspension, for doing things that are, I'm not going to say anything because it's not my place to say things, but my first thought when I thought when I heard that story was, Mom's gonna say, I need to pray for her.
Yeah.
That was the first that I thought, and I was
Because normal happy functioning kids don't go to school and do the things that girl did.
Yeah.
So, and
I don't remember what. Well,
well, let me tell you something. I'm not going to blast somebody's personal story on.
yeah. Okay.
Okay. What do you think? What do you want other people to understand about moms like me or families like us or kids?
That it's like really hard, and like you have to try like 10 times harder or whatever, like just to get the same outcome that anyone else would.
That's very accurate. We have to, like, another quote normal family without any of these diseases. They can just be like, hey, let's go do this. This sounds like fun. We can do it. Well, we have to take into account, like, is mom be able to actually do this? Orange is what is that? And are we actually, if we go this place, am I actually going to be able to eat anything there? Which is a slightly different, which is a different disease, but it's something we have to take into account that most people don't.
Right.
And I think that's something that not everyone understands.
And there's a lot of opportunity cost to doing things. So I don't know if you know what that means, but if we do decide to take a full day and go wherever, more than likely the next day I'm going to be tired. So the opportunity cost, the cost of which we did that, will eventually run out. It's like, we're going to a concert in a couple of weeks and we're going to be out late, and I don't do that very often. So I will probably be tired the next day. Brace yourself, Georgia.
I will too, actually.
I'm just
to bring a late concert, so it'll be super fun, and I'm excited to see him sing. But I don't know if I'm gonna love the like people. I love people, but that's a little weird.
Well, we've gone to the South Carolina football games, and that's been fine.
Yeah, so I'll probably be fine. Are we gonna be in this? You know what? That's not a question.
Yeah, we can talk about that later. Do you think this experience has shaped who you are?
Yeah, definitely. I think before I really started like growing in my empathy, I used to be a very different person, and then that empathy started like hatching, for lack of a better word, and I became this more. I like obviously you're more naive as a child, but I was very like, oh, there's nothing bad in the world when I was a kid, and I know most kids are, but I think that I took that there actually is bad stuff in the world to a higher level than some kids do when they go from that. Because I was experiencing what you were experiencing, like secondhand.
You were so overwhelmed with and all the emotions that were going on, and that part of that's puberty too, and just being the age that you were in, and all of that stuff. But yeah, I agree. What do you think? You can say pass.
Wait. The question?
Yeah, what was this?
Do you think this experience has shaped who you are?
Yeah. Well, yes, but I don't know for sure because I don't remember
Yeah, that's okay.
anything. Like, I feel like I would have been different if it wasn't.
Yeah. Did you ever think about I wonder if mom was like how she was before, even though you guys didn't know me then, because I've had this longer than you've been alive? Like, you've heard stories about me running marathons and stuff like that. Do you ever think about geez, I wonder what our life would look like?
I have never
We
thought about that.
for sure would not be living in South
no,
Carolina.
definitely not.
We moved here specifically to make me feel better. So it's interesting to think about.
I've never thought about that, but
Yeah, so many good things have come out of it.
I know.
Even though that's the lesson that I've learned.
Yeah.
Is that
Nothing good.
It's been tough, and it's hard, and it's a miserable disease, and it's painful, and it's exhausting, but there's been a lot of blessings, and I met a lot of amazing people, and we moved to this amazing part of the country that we love so much because of it. So can't all be bad, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the other thing I've learned. When I was younger, I did go through a rocky path with my faith, and ever since then, I've realized that you can't go. God isn't going to put something in your way if you can't learn from it. And that is sometimes small, sometimes big, but it's always going to be worth it because He does not make any mistakes.
Amen.
Amen. Hallelujah.
Okay. What advice would you give? So say one of your friends, God forbid, came to you and said, my mom was just diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis. What would you say?
I would say that, well, I would probably I would say this softer, but nothing's going to be the same again.
You're not gonna be able to do the same things. You're not gonna be able to enjoy as much time with your mom the way you used to. You're gonna have to,
You would just truth bomb her with all the negative?
well,
I
no,
would
no, no,
never
no.
do that.
No, I'm saying I would figure out a better way to say this, but this is what I want to say. And that it's going to take a while for her to find a medicine and it's going to work, but when she does, you'll all have learned from it. And it's not a good thing to go through, but it is survivable and it's going to make you a better person.
I have no clue. I would probably be like, I'm so sorry, and like give him a hug or something.
Yeah.
Then maybe after everything, I could just be like, twin.
That's good. I think that's good. Because then they
I
can
would
feel
give them a hug if they weren't Jenna.
Okay.
So, sorry. I have one friend that doesn't do anything like
Physical
that.
touch is not her love language.
No.
And that's fine. That's fine.
I don't really give hugs except for the
What advice would you give to me?
for you having rheumatoid. What do you mean?
Just like anything. Any advice you have for me? I
You're
know.
the advice giver.
All right. What's your favorite memory of us as a
Maine.
family?
Maine.
Maine?
Maine.
We did Maine with all my brothers and sisters and all the nieces and nephews and my parents. And that was like 10 years ago.
There was one recent one, but I'm not sure if I can say it.
And
Georgia said something that my dad thought he could make a joke out of. I remember in an elevator.
It's not.
And it was not.
When we went,
Recently?
I still think Maine. But I do think that Maine experience will be soon overcome by the cruise we're going on.
We're going on a cruise with most of the cousins.
It's going to be chaos.
Yes, it's going to be fun. There's about 20 of us going, so that'll be good. All right. What makes you feel the most loved by me?
A combination of things.
She is a physical touch person.
only with her. I don't love my friends. That's weird.
She asks for a hug 100 times a day.
I think, when you tell me something I don't necessarily want to hear, and I know in that moment that you are right, but I don't want you to be right, that's when I feel the most love because you're not guarding me.
That is not
Yes,
what I would say.
it makes perfect sense. Because I'm doing the hard thing.
Mhm.
Because it's for the betterment of you,
Mhm.
and that makes you feel loved.
Yeah.
Why can't you as deep as she is?
I have one deep one.
All right, guys. Well, I love you both. I think we're doing it the right way. I don't know if there's another way to do it, but this is the way we're doing it. We're doing life this way, and it's working for us. And I appreciate you guys sharing your thoughts and your feelings with the world of moms out there who might need it. Do you have anything you want to say to moms out there?
I would say for those who have been newly diagnosed, your kids will probably have a little harder time than me and Georgia did because mom had been diagnosed before we were born or very close to when we were born. I don't remember exactly. But if you talk to them, it will be significantly easier if you just don't hide them from anything because they have to know what's going on. They have to know what's going on if they're ever going to recover from it, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I would say if they were like born into it, they don't really know anything different, and that they love you for that, because like they don't know what else it would be like. But if it's like new, it'll take a while, but it'll feel normal again after some time.
You guys are dropping some truth bombs over here. I love it. I'm proud of you guys. All right. Anything else you want to say?
I mean, we only cried once over Easter, so
Stella's been fighting back
No,
here.
I
a little
couldn't.
bit.
yeah, I can hear your voice.
My voice drops.
She feels everything. Yeah. Well, thank you all so much for listening to us. If you have any questions, we'd love to hear from you. If you have any kids who need a little support, I think my kids would be open to email pen paling people, and they're willing to talk to people through email or whatever, text messaging. So get in touch with me. And thank you for listening to me and my crazy family. We got to get that on here.
Yeah, we do. And then we have to cut jokes at his expense just so they can see what we're talking about.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank y'all. Have a great week. And thank you, girls. I love you so much. I'm proud of you.
Before we wrap up today's episode, I just want to say thank you for being here and spending this time with me. If this conversation resonated with you, it would mean so much to me if you'd follow or subscribe to the Autoimmune Mom podcast wherever you're listening. and take a minute to leave a review. It really helps other moms who are navigating autoimmune disease find this space. And if you know of another mom who might need to hear this message, please share the episode with her. You can also connect with me on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at the Autoimmune Mom Podcast, where I share encouragement, resources, and up-to-date updates on new episodes. And don't forget, you can download my free Autoimmune Mom Survival Guide using the link in my bio on my socials. Remember, you're not alone in this journey, and I'll see you next week at the Autoimmune Mom Podcast. Take care of yourself, Mama. Your health matters too.